All right, I was just watching a parole hearing, okay? And I've seen other people look at this too. Now, this man here, right? You see what he got charged with, right? He only got 5 years, right? He was up for parole and he got parole. But what's crazy, he has been doing stuff like this since 2007 that I can find. Hold on a minute. This is what he did back then. This is crazy. He pretended that he was a custodian at a school. As offender was never a custodian. December 3rd, 2007. An RSO who told police that he worked as a custodian at the Newfield Elementary School never worked a day for the public schools, says administrator. I am stating as an absolute, this person did not work for us. I mean, so back then he was 35. But okay, we're just gonna listen to this. I'm so disturbed about this. Okay, the reason why is how the probation people were talking to him.
I told you what I was going to do. If y'all don't play, you're not the one sitting here wasting time.
Last one, Mr. McClure.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, my name is Parole Williams. Today is Tuesday, December 31st, 2024, and this is the hearing of the Connecticut Board of Parole and Parole. Following board members are present this morning by stating their names on the record, certify they reviewed all statutory required documents and available pertinent information in preparation of this hearing.
Good afternoon, Mike Paul. Good morning. All right.
Good morning.
Jeffrey Smith Palmieri.
Panel Member Berry, good morning.
Good
Please
morning,
state your
ma'am.
name and inmate number for the record.
My name is Gorino Maglore and 255-393.
Thank you. This hearing is being conducted in consideration for a qualification for Garino Mavor 255-393. He is serving a sentence of 10 years execution suspended after 5 years with 10 years of probation for sexual assault second degree. As of today, records reflect a parole eligibility date of May 23rd, 2023. There is no victim input in this case. The inmate was heard by the board previously on December 13th, 2023. He was denied parole with a new hearing date set for December of 2024. The board recommended that the inmate transfer to a facility that's a sex offender program, complete voicing, and remain DR free. Since the last hearing, the offender has completed the following programs: voices and short-term sex offender programs. Utilizing the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system scores, the offender's overall score for recidivism rating falls in the moderate range. There's also a static 99 score, which equals a 5, which stands for the moderate/high range. This is your opportunity to express to the board why you think you should suspend parole. Again.
You can, do you have a statement for us, sir?
Yes, sir. I come here to speak to you, sir, and the ladies about how I feel and the reason that I'm here to for parole to see if I could be granted is because I'm very sympathetic about what I've done since I've been sitting for the 5 years in jail, almost 5 years in jail. I went through my programs. I've done everything that they have asked me to do. I don't get into fights. I don't get into arguments. I try to stay humble. I read my Bible. I did classes at Cheshire. I did carpentry at Cheshire, and I also has a job, a teaming job here that I've been doing also. I talk to my kids and stuff like that. They all missing me. My family miss me. They miss me for certain functions that I have not been around for. Um, and then my nephews as well. And I feel so remorseful for the parent of the child that I made a mistake on, and I would wish to if she ever hear from you guys that to tell her that I apologize for that. At the time I wasn't thinking too well clearly, but since I've been in here and I learned about the sex behavior program and learn about the victims with the voices. That kind of gave me a clear mind to understand not to do the wrong from the bad. And that's the reason that I'm here, to see if there's any way possible God would bless you guys if you're able to allow me to go out to be with my family again. I can't say I promise that this not gonna happen, because that's not always a thing when you say, oh, I promise. No, I'm not gonna say I promise, but I will definitely try do my best to keep myself away from situations like that again.
All right, Mr. Meglior, we've read about your background, what you've accomplished since you've been in, what you've accomplished since the last hearing. We're going to ask some questions. We're going to discuss your case and give you a decision, okay?
Yes, sir.
So this is a rehear. They heard you the first time, and they wanted you to take the short-term treatment program for problem section behavior, right?
Yes, sir.
So what did you learn in that program that would be your risk factors in terms of reoffending? What are risk factors?
Risk factors for me was the relapse of being around certain friends that was not good out there with me. That's one of them that I learned not to be around, like friends hanging out.
Being around, like what friends?
Well, I have some friends like in Stanford, friends in New Haven and stuff like that that I've been around. They not really that good, like because all they do is like drink and hang out and don't really do much. So
Your problem is being around friends who are drinking. That means that you are.
Yes, I was before that.
So, okay. So then, what was another one of the risk factors?
And the other risk factors is when I'm with friends drinking, I don't my mind is not clear of thinking when that happens, and that allows me to make mistakes that I should not be making. But as far as me being here, like I said, for almost 4 to 5 years, I've been sober, and I've been sitting and thinking about it and beating myself down and remorsefulness of the victim and, in that daughter of hers.
So drinking's the problem because When you drink to the point of intoxication and you commit offenses like this, right?
Yes, when I drink, I
Not
don't
really,
have, yes,
right.
that.
Not really a
that time.
mistake. It's not really a mistake. It's I drank and then I sexually offend, right? That's what happened, right?
Well, I don't drink, sir, to just go and sexually offend. That's not
No,
exactly what
but
I'm
that's
saying.
what happens. Do you see how this works?
Yeah,
If I drink, my inhibitions go down, my head gets messed up, and now I'm offended against somebody. You follow that?
yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so then let's take a look at the mitigation when it comes to these risk factors. What are you
Yes.
going to do so that you don't drink and be around the people who are? What's the plan there?
Well, my plan, sir, is to continue being on my medication, which is working well for me, both of them. And to stay away from alcohol. That's really is my plan. I don't have no urges for it anymore since I've been inside. And really, I really don't want to touch it. I want, people would tell me, you know, you could drink a little wine. I say to them, nope, I'm not touching nothing. I don't want
So
anything.
let's take a look at that for a second. How often did you drink when you were in the community?
Most of the time, like maybe 4, 5 days out of the week.
Okay, so you know that what goes on there is you are consuming alcohol to the point that you're offending, right? So do you think you're an alcoholic?
Well, I mean, I was an alcoholic, sir. As
Well,
far as
what do you think would happen if you took a drink now?
if I take a drink, it's gonna bring me back to the way I was before, and I don't want to
Okay.
go back to that route, sir.
So, right. So the thing is like I used to be, that's not a thing. Because if I drink now, I'm going to do what I did before. Because I heard what you said in the beginning. I
Yes.
can't promise that, right?
Yes, I did say
And-
that I can't promise not making a mistake because
You follow that, right? So
yes,
if I drank, that's a risk factor. I could be reoffending, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what do you do to take care of that? Have you gone to AA meetings at all?
Yes, yes, I have done AA meeting in Cheshire when I was there like 3 years or so.
Are those
Um,
helpful?
yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So would you do that again when you go into the community?
Yes, I definitely would. I definitely would
Because
do that again.
it does a couple of things, right?
Yeah, it helps
It
to keep
helps
you.
you with not drinking,
Yes.
but meetings out here aren't like meetings inside.
No.
Meetings out here, you find friends and people with common interests, one of which is they are all trying to not drink,
Yes. Yes,
right?
sir.
And to live the sober lifestyle.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Does that
sir.
make sense?
Yes, it is. It really makes
So-
sense to me.
Do you think that would be something that you would do?
Yes, sir. I definitely want to do that. Yes, sir.
So, I mean, that's because both of those risk factors, right? The
Yes.
friends group you choose
Yes.
and consuming alcohol gets
Yes.
us going down a road that,
Not supposed to go, sir. Yes,
Right.
you're right. You're right.
do you think there's any other things that you might want to do?
Yes, there's other things that I want to accomplish. I want to finish college. I was going to college for a while. I have grades in other uh, how you call that other lessons and stuff that I needed to get done that I have to go back and finish it so I can get that degree that I've been looking to get. And then also at the veterans groups and stuff that I go to, I usually mix in with the veterans, trying to help with certain things that they do for.
What veterans groups do you participate with?
I had participated in a behavioral group at the vets. I had participated in how you call it's a like a when you meditating. I have participated in a meditation group.
Yeah. So is that at West Haven?
Yes, the one that was in West Haven. But I think they're in Orange now. They're not down. They used to be down on the Post Road, like going into New Haven. But
Right.
I heard they moved now up towards Orange more.
So that raises a question for me, because what you told the parole officers that you'd be interested in a halfway house in Hartford.
Mhm.
Why wouldn't you be interested in a halfway house in New Haven?
Well, I did put Hartford or Waterbury because those places also has the same facilities to help.
So you'd go to
that does.
Newington. You'd go to Newington instead of West Haven.
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
I'm going to pass it on and see if any of the other board members have questions here. Board
Yes.
Member Barry, anything?
Thank you, Mr. Cole. So, Mr. Magalore, I had some issues, first of all, with the statement that you made. I can't promise that this is never going to happen again. That's very concerning to me as a board member, because while we know we want to make sure that this will never happen again. That's what we base our decisions on people who we believe will return to the community and be law-abiding, contributing members of our society. And for you to sit here and say that I can't make that promise, while I respect your being honest, I really struggle with that statement, because nobody else's child deserves to suffer through this ever again. And when my colleague talked to you about alcohol reducing your inhibitions, that is quite true. However, it lowers your inhibitions to a point where now you feel like it's okay for me to do these things that I was already thinking of prior to my being under the influence. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, sir?
Yes.
While this helps you go on to that next step, makes you think that it's okay for you to do, you already have those thoughts in your head about sexually offending. So it's really important that you get to the bottom of why you behave this way, and why when you drink alcohol, it makes it even worse. Kind of thing is what I'm trying to tell you. And I also read that you have a detainer and that you're going to be deported back to Haiti. And you told us that you're afraid of going back to Haiti because you're afraid that you're going to be killed.
Yes, ma'am, because I raised here in the United States since I came when I was 11 and a half, going on 12 in 1984.
No, I understand that. But unfortunately, the person who's taking over our current administration, he's going to make sure that people like yourself are deported back. So it's really important, sir, that you try to at least get ahead of the curve, because you will be returned. And I suggest that you get your affairs in order so that when you are over there, perhaps you can avoid some of that, some of where you think you'll be assaulted or assassinated but unless have you started trying to fight your being deported?
Yes, I have, well, my son, and I have a person that I give power of attorney to, down in, North Carolina, is my daughter's aunt. She has
Mhm.
power of attorney of over me right now. She's
And
trying
what's
to,
going on with that? Has she started the paperwork already?
yeah, she had done the paperwork and she sent it to me. I already signed it and had it, notarized,
Sent
and I
back?
sent it, yeah, I sent it back.
So you don't have a new hearing date?
What happened,
You
ma'am?
don't have a new hearing date to meet with the ICE people?
No, I haven't heard anything from them. I have not spoken to them, nor see them. My people's been trying to contact. They can't. They telling me something about wait till I go to the hearing date, but they have not given me any type of
Yeah.
hearing date.
It's unfortunate that, I think that the moment that we say that you're going to be granted, or if we grant your discretionary parole, the process will begin.
The
So
process. But
the
I
process.
really would appreciate, I know that you say they're gonna send me back, but, the reason that I'm saying that, I don't mind if you grant me, you know, the mistake that I've made before. And the reason
No.
I said
So, Mr. Magalore, I want to be perfectly clear. Wave your arm, because the light went off in that room that you're in. I want to be perfectly clear. If we grant your discretionary parole today, you'll be transported to a halfway house where you'll wait for ICE to pick you up and you will be returned. You won't reunite with your family. That's not going to happen, sir. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
yes.
So if we say we're going to vote you to parole today, that's what's going to happen. They're not going to give you time to fight a case. If the detainer is there, they're going to deport you.
Oh, so they're gonna take me right back.
They're going to take you right back in a matter of days.
So
So
even though the country is in turmoil the way it is,
that's not our concern. Fortunately, that's out of our control. Yeah. All right. I just wanted to, cross the T's and dot the I's, because it is what it is.
Board Member Smith-Pelland.
I have no follow-up questions.
So where I am here is that the last hearing asked him to go do certain things, which he did. My exploring risk factors with him came down to concern over alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
which I am sure, based upon our training with the Center for the Treatment of Problem Sexual Behavior, is something that they handle.
Mm-hmm.
And they will certainly explore and come up with ways of mitigating those risk factors. Where I am in this case, I think he's done everything that we have asked of him, and I would support his parole today. Board Member Bear.
Sir Chair, I too would support his discretionary parole. He has done what the prior panel asked him to do, and I do believe that he has earned discretionary parole. However, given our discussion that I just had with him about his being deported, I think that if that's not something that he really wants to happen, that his being there in the facility is not what he wants to happen either. However, I think he'd have a better chance of fighting his detainer there, opposed to being sent out of the country and trying to get back. So I mean, while I do appreciate the strides that he's made to turn his life around, I would deny his discretionary parole today to give him a little more time to focus on that detainer. That's where I am.
Board
So-
members, Ms. Palmieri,
It's an interesting discussion, right?
I can add a little bit to it.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So
Please.
my take on this is that we parole him today because I don't think they can't elect the Speaker of the House. I don't think the Trump administration is going to be in a position in the next 30 days, which is what they'll hold him to deport him. So I think that having the judge in place that can hear what Mr. Magliore has to say in an unbiased way would be a good thing. And obviously, the hold on an ICE detainer is only 30 days, which means that if we parole him today, January 31st, the state is no longer obliged to hold somebody
Really?
past that date. Yes.
No, I was told 90 days.
No,
That changed?
it's definitely right on the
cusp.
the detainer. The commitment is to hold for 30 days.
Oh,
So
you mean it's right? Okay.
rather than hold him until November, because I do agree in terms of things. I don't want to make less of what happened in this offense.
No, of course not.
But I don't want to wait for 11 months to pass. Who knows what's going to happen.
Sir Chair, can I just recommend that we just take a brief recess just for a second so that we can check with the supervisor over the detainer piece? What is it? Interstate, yeah. So that we could just
Sure.
just.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Take a motion to have a brief recess. Is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye. We're still
So, where we are, I have no alcohol consumption.
So I just want to put on the
Yeah.
record too, that I am also in favor of granting Mr. Magliori discretionary parole. He did complete the sex offender treatment program at the facility as the prior panel had asked. He did, there is a summary that says he participated.
Yep.
He got all he could out of the program.
Yes.
There are some intellectual deficiencies that they think, may have interfered with some of the treatment pieces, but they do think that he got all he could out of it. And there is no other treatment for him in this respect at the facility.
Right.
He did do the Voices program. He has no disciplinary reports in the entire time he's been there.
Right.
So I would be willing to grant discretionary parole.
And Sir Chair, if I can just on
Sure,
the
go ahead.
record as well, because I know that we took a brief recess because we were discussing what would be in the best interest of Mr. Magalore in terms of his detainer. And while we really didn't get any definitive information on what exactly is going to occur, I think that Mr. Magalore would have the best opportunity to dispute this immigration detainer if he is granted discretionary parole. So I would support discretionary parole as well.
As I would. I have no alcohol consumption,
Yes, sir.
halfway house placement,
Thank you. Thank you.
halfway house placement,
Mhm.
release the ICE detainer, problem sexual behavior treatment,
Mhm.
no contact
Yes.
with minors without parole officer's permission, and no
Yes.
contact with SM.
I have, did you say no alcohol
Yes.
Yes,
and mental health evaluation?
I did.
I'm sorry, Parole Supervisor Brooks.
I just want to address the administrative, so it's not actually like
Okay. Perfect.
Just want to read that.
Thank you.
Okay. So mental health evaluation.
I do have that, yes, these are 3, so
Yes.
Okay. So how do you say your first name?
Garino, sir.
Okay, in regard to Garino Magliore, 255-393, move to grant parole on or after December 31st, 2024, with the following stipulations. No
Thank you.
alcohol consumption, halfway house placement, mental health evaluation and treatment deemed necessary, release to ICE detainer, community-based treatment for problem sexual behavior, treatment, no contact with minors without the parole officer's permission, and no contact with victim SM. Is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor will signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. And Mr. Magliore has been voted to parole.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. I will not disappoint you again. I will not let this happen. I cannot be in here no more. I appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you guys.
We really wish you, best of luck, and we certainly hope that you'll be able to stay and go through treatment. And
Yes, I will. I'm gonna do the best like I've done here. I'm gonna go do my best to understand what I've been doing wrong so I can correct that. I appreciate you. Thank you for the chance.
Best of luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.